Hi guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, I'm going to set up a propagation box specifically for Hoya cuttings. And for this propagation, I'm going to experiment with two potting media, and that is Perlite as well as Sphagnum moss. So we can actually compare and see which is a better medium for propagating Hoyas. So I have this clear plastic container with a cover, and it is about 30 cm in length by maybe about 25 cm, and it's about 20 cm in height. So that's pretty tall. So it's important to get a clear container so that the cuttings can get sufficient light. And it comes with a handle as well as two locking mechanism. Okay, I realize this is the last bit of Sphagnum moss that I have. I hope it's enough. I think it should be enough. So I'm just going to wet this. Just let it soak for a little while more. Okay, I'm going to fill up half of this container with the moss. But before I do so, just got to squeeze out all this extra water. Okay, I think there's more than enough moss here. I'm just going to keep this for other propagation. So this should be enough. I'm going to pour the perlite in directly. And then, yeah, I'm going to add the moisture later. You can spray some water on the walls of the container as well. The first Hoya I'm going to get cuttings from is this Hoya sigillatis. It is super sun stressed. That's why the leaves are in this shade of purple. And recently it has flowered for me, but I think the flower dropped off yesterday. I have several vines here which I can take cuttings from. So, okay, let's take a look. I'm not going to take the longest one because this is the one with the peduncle. So I'm just going to leave this alone. So let's see what do we have to cut from. Probably this one. So once you cut them, you get this white liquid. The white sap will turn blue after a while. So I managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cuttings from this sigillatis. You put some of the sigillatis cuttings in the Sphagnum moss. And some in the perlite. I try not to get the leaves touching the walls of the container. Okay, the next one is this Hoya memorial. And this is long overdue for a haircut. I got this memorial as a very small 2-vine specimen, and look how nice and big he has grown into now. I got to be careful with this vine because there's a new leaf growing out here, so I got to be gentle. Yeah, I'm going to take some of the, in fact I think I'm going to take most of the cuttings from this particular vine because this is the longest, and possibly this one as well, the middle one. As you can see, some of the leaves are lighter in color because they were actually burnt, yeah, here, really bleached by the sun once. So you got this very bad discoloration. Okay, let's cut this up. As you can see, there are arrow roots on the nodes, so that's really helpful. So I managed to get 8 cuttings from this memorial. This should be the way up. And then some in perlite. Okay, the Hoya memorial is in as well, some in sphagnum moss and some in perlite. Whoops. Okay, this is the next Hoya. And look, there is this new growth happening here. This is the Hoya helix splash. I got this as a 2-leafer cutting about a year ago. These are the 2 original leaves, these 2. And since then, it has given me all these very splashy big leaves. This was the next one, which is really big. But the subsequent leaves, I must say, are smaller, and they don't have that much splashes on them. Don't have that silvery splash. So and so this is a pretty small plant comparatively to other ones that I have. So I'm not going to take too many leaf cuttings from this. Probably 2 cuttings. Okay, I've learned my lesson. I've put this paper towel on the table before I cut it to prevent any sap staining the table. This will be 1. This is the next one. Oh, surprisingly, there is no sap on this helix cuttings. I'm a little bit concerned about this cutting because there are 4 leaves here. Not sure whether we get enough energy without roots. Yeah, but I think it's too tight to cut it further. Okay, I'm going to put this 4-leafer in sphagnum moss. And the other one, I'm just going to stick it into the perlite. This is my propagation station, but I have this Hoya hiding away, enjoying the morning sun here. This is my Hoya croliana super silver. So I think it's enjoying itself just next to this very, very bright window. Right, this croliana has two super long vines, this one in particular. So I'm just going to get some leaf cuttings from, I think I'm going to just take it from the longer one, right? So you'll balance out the look of this. The newer leaves are super green. There's not much of the silvery splashes, even though they are receiving very bright light daily. Okay, I changed my mind. I think I'll take the cuttings from this shorter vine because the leaves are more mature. Look at this one, there's this like half green and half silvery leaf here. Really cute. Okay, I'm going to cut till here. I want to leave this pretty leaf alone. So let's see how many leaves I can get. Oh, okay. Sap alert. Oh, there is this really, really small new leaf coming out here. So there's a lot of arrow roots growing out along this vine. So that's really helpful. So I only managed to get 3 cuttings, but each one has 2 leaves. So I will just probably put 2 in sphagnum moss and 1 in the perlite. Okay, I don't have much moss space, so I'm just going to put 1. This one with the baby leaf. Just want to make sure I don't cover up the baby leaf. And the other 2 in perlite. Just be careful not to break the arrow roots. I got more space here. Okay, just a note when cutting cuttings to make sure that you hydrate your plants, the parent plant properly, so that they'll be all plump and nice before you cut them. So this is about done. This propagation box will be covered up, but I will just open it every other day just to get some aeration and some ventilation for the cuttings. And of course, if the dims fit, I will just give it a spray to keep it moist. But if I see any water droplets along the container, I will just leave it. It has enough moisture. I will keep you guys updated on the progress of these cuttings in this propagation box. Meanwhile, I shall see you again in my next video. Stay safe and remember to show your plants some love.